Hey everybody, today I'm reviewing the Orient Star Retrograde. That's model number SDE00002B0. Let's get started. Here you can see the outer box. This is just a cardboard box with the Orient Star logo embossed on the top in silver. Open it up and you'll see it's got a hinged front, and there is the actual presentation box itself. Decent box. Nothing amazing. It's got a decent heft. Orient Star logo, again embossed in silver on the top, on a faux or imitation leather finish. Overall, good quality. Silver border there along the hinge. Get to focus. There we go. So yeah, overall a decent box. Let's go ahead and open it up. There you see the Orient Star Retrograde itself. Let's put that aside for a moment. It is on a little imitation leather display pillow. For the rest of the packaging, you'll see here on a padded inner lid, it has the Orient Star logo embossed in silver again. On the placard, again, Orient Star embossed in silver. Model number SDE00002B0. This would normally be attached to like the bracelet of the watch itself. Lift up this inner tray here, which is nice, kind of cool, and you'll find the warranty and owner's manual. The owner's manual is a universal manual for Orient watches. It has like GMT movements in here, standard movements, push, pull, screw down crowns, water resistance ratings, and it's in multiple languages. So that's that. Let's go ahead and put the packaging away for a second, put it aside, and take the watch off the pillow here. This is the Orient Star Retrograde. This is the black face stainless finish on the case and bracelet. That is model number, one last time, SDE00002B0. A little bit of information about the Orient line and Orient Star itself. Orient is a Japanese company. It's owned by Seiko. They do share some technology back and forth a little bit, but Orient mostly is self-contained. They're notable for making a lot of their movements in-house, automatic and quartz, and they love power reserves on their watches for a lot of them, for the automatics. The Star line in particular, which is what we're reviewing here, is their upmarket, like premium line. They do have one higher than that, but it's international only. They don't really sell it in America, though you can import it. And that is the Orient Royal Orient. Those cost multiple thousands of dollars usually for the watches. This model here is running for roughly $1,000 on OrientWatchUSA.com. I'm not affiliated with them at all. I'm just giving you a reference. And the main selling point, I guess, of this watch is, again, the retrograde feature. That's the model name itself. You'll see that there at 6 o'clock. First, though, let's go over the case and bracelet. The case here is 39.5 millimeters in diameter and 14.25 millimeters thick. Solid stainless and solid stainless bracelet. Also nice and expected at this price point is solid stainless end links. The case itself is perfectly finished. At this price point, you would certainly hope so, but again, yeah, Orient watches in general are decent quality. The Orient Ray is a popular starting point for watch enthusiasts and people interested in automatic watches. The Orient Star is a significant step up in quality and price, and it shows. The finish here is perfectly flawless. There's no sharp edges or burrs or anything like that anywhere. The finishing here, you'll see there's multiple different levels on this case. The top is kind of like a dish sort of thing here, polished with a little rim there. And then the main case itself is polished, horizontal brushing, and polished again, followed by the case back. One thing I really enjoy about this case here is the lugs, which are done in like a concave machining. You can see it's kind of dished out there on the lugs. Let me put it this way and you can see it better. There you go. See how it's kind of got a little bit carved out there. That's a nice touch. This does have a domed sapphire crystal on the top with excellent anti-reflective coating. You can see there I'm holding it at almost 90 degrees. You can still easily see the watch face itself. Sapphire crystal on the back as well. That one is flat. The bracelet itself is solid stainless steel. I don't recall off the top of my head how wide the bracelet is. I want to say 20 millimeters, but don't quote me on that. Brushed finish on the main links here, and the interconnecting links are a polished finish. Very nice bracelet. Plenty of flex to it, I guess you could say, to make it curve to your hand or finger or whatever. With a nice double button clasp. No safety here, as is expected of a dress watch. Dress watches typically don't have that. What I'm talking about is a little buckle that flips over. You would see that on like a dive watch where you really don't want it to fall off. This, though, is an excellent quality clasp. Very positive action. It snaps in place very cleanly. You can hear it. It's machined stainless steel throughout. No burrs anywhere. I can run my hands right along the side, no problem. Brushed finish on that with the Orient Star logo there on the buckle or clasp. Looking at the case back real quick, you'll see again it has a display case back with a sapphire crystal. There's the Orient Star movement. Again, this is caliber 40A50 with a 40-hour power reserve. It is hacking as well. The finishing on the Orient Star watches is a definite step above any of the standard Orient finishes. You can see there it's got like the Geneva stripes on the rotor with gold Orient Star logo. It says Orient Star Japan. On the plates of the movement itself, sorry, just trying to get the buckle out of the way here. On the plates of the movement, you'll see it has the, I believe it's called a guilloche or guilloche finish. And there's a nice balance wheel. Very nice finishing for the price point, I would say. Laser etched on the screw down case back, you can see it says top glass sapphire crystal. What else? Orient Watch Company, made in Japan, water resistant 10 bar, all stainless steel. Let's go ahead and look at the watch face itself. The big selling point again for the Orient Star Retrograde is of course the retrograde movement at 6 o'clock. Along with that, at 12 you have a power reserve, which is common for Orient movements. Orient Star logo there at 3 o'clock, and your date at 9 o'clock, as well as standard time functions. Again, that dome sapphire crystal is very nice with excellent AR coating. You can see almost from a 90-degree angle onto the face of the dial. No issue with visibility at all. This does come in some other finishes as well. I believe you can get it with a white face. You can get it with yellow or rose gold finish on the case. You can get it with a leather strap. There's a lot of different options. This one for me I thought was the most classic, I guess, the most formal, so that's the one I picked. This has a push-pull crown, so when you're adjusting the movement, it does pop out 2 points. The first point, first pull-out step, I guess you could say, adjusts time and day of the week. So if you rotate it clockwise, you're actually going to move the retrograde function here. You can see that has the days of the week, Monday through Sunday. Every time you move it clockwise, it's going to move one day. The big selling point here is the retrograde function, which is pretty unique at this price point. So as it hits the last day of the week, it's going to snap back. I guess you could say it's kind of like a sprinkler head where it goes and then snaps back. Of course, that's a very basic analogy, but it is kind of similar. As it hits the last day, it's going to snap back to Monday. So there it goes. You can see it'll move through the days and snap right back. So that's a pretty cool function. If you turn it counterclockwise, you will adjust the date. You can see right now it's at the 15th, so we're going to turn it counterclockwise and it goes right through the dates. It's very sensitive, doesn't take much movement to adjust the day. I really like that. It makes adjustments quick. So there you go. Pull it out one more time and to the second step and you will be able to adjust the time. Nice and sensitive again, no play really in the crown at all. Maybe just a tiny bit, I guess, but very minimal. Feels very nice and sensitive, responsive. And this is a hacking movement, so again the second hand stops when you pull it out. Let's put that back into the resting position. To wind the movement, it is windable, hand windable. You will just turn the crown clockwise, sorry, and that'll adjust it and wind it. You can see here the power reserve at noon is already fully wound, so you can't really see any input when I'm winding it. This has standard bar indices, I guess you could say, for hours. It has a lot of levels of finishing on the face, though, which is very interesting, very nice to see. Let me see if I can get this with a flashlight and hit it where you can see the finishes here. So there you go. You can see in between each hour on the inner part of the dial where it says Orient Star, it has kind of what it makes me think of is like a carnival tent, I guess you could say. But it has a little ray on each individual hour. Around the outside, it has a polished, not polished, but a ring there. Let me see if I can get this finish visible. It's really hard to show on camera. There you go. So you can see there, it has like a little sunburst, I guess you could say, on each hour, and that ring there along the indices around the border. On each individual subdial, it has this sort of pattern there, same on each one, pretty much. And they are sunken down. Sunken down from the main dial, which is nice to see with a little chrome border there. So again, very nice finishing on this watch, pretty much throughout. Let's go ahead and check the lume out. I'm going to turn the lights off and we'll be right back. Okay, we've got the lights off for the Orient Star Retrograde. I'm just charging it with a flashlight. Let's go ahead and take a look at the lume real quick. And there it is. So the lume on this watch is Orient's own lume, and it is pretty decent. It glows very brightly at first, of course, as with any lume. It does fade quickly, but does hold legibility for, I would say, at least a couple hours. So overall, for a dress watch, this is pretty good. Many dress watches, including my Frederic Constant, have no lume whatsoever, so they're completely illegible at night. It is nice to see some lume, regardless of how visible. It is nice to see some lume, at least, on a dress watch like this, without interfering with the overall look of the watch. So that's the lume. Let's go ahead and get back in the light and finish up. So finishing thoughts on the Orient Star Retrograde. Again, this is an excellent finishing quality on every part of this watch. Movement, case, bracelet. It's all done fantastically. There's no blemishes anywhere. Which you would expect for the price point. Again, we're hitting about $1,000, somewhere around there, on the Orient Star USA website. You can find them for cheaper, depending on where you're looking. I actually got mine for dramatically cheaper, for about a third of the price, from creationwatches.com. Again, not affiliated any way with the company. I've just bought multiple watches from them, which were authentic. I've been impressed with their service, and they do deliver quickly internationally. So I got it for roughly $370, if I remember right. And for that price, this is an amazing watch. At $1,000, I do feel that it is on par for a $1,000 watch. At $370, this watch is, I mean, it's incredible. I don't know any reason why you wouldn't buy it. I bought a second one of this exact same watch from Creation Watches to give as a graduation gift to a friend, a long-term friend. Again, the retrograde feature is something that you don't usually see for the price point. Certainly not at $370. You won't find that anywhere. I'm completely satisfied, and I do recommend it. So thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more videos. Bye-bye.